It is now my distinct honor to present the 2013 Gold Anvil Award. The Gold Anvil is PRSA's highest award. Think of the Gold Anvil as a Lifetime Achievement Award for PRSA members whose work over the course of their careers has significantly advanced the practice of public relations. The recipient of this year's Gold Anvil Award began his 32-year career in 1981 and became a PRSA member just 3 years later. Doug founded Carmichael Lynch Spong in 1990 and quickly built the firm's reputation as the PR industry's undisputed champion of best practices. The firm is a 4-time PR Agency of the Year Award winner, and it ranks among the nation's 25 largest public relation firms and is one of the world's certainly most decorated. Doug is an accredited member of PRSA, a member of the Counselors Academy, past chair of PRSA's Honors and Awards Committee, and a Minnesota chapter past president. He currently serves on the Dean's Advisory Council for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences at Iowa State University, as well as the University of Minnesota School of Journalism Advisory Panel for its Master's in Strategic Communications. And just last night, I was with Doug when he was inducted into PRSA's College of Fellows. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me now in welcoming to the stage our 2013 Gold Anvil recipient, Doug Spong.
Wow, thank you very much. Happy afternoon to everybody. One thing I noticed the other day as I was kind of going through the exhibit downstairs is I've yet to find an app at the iTunes store for what we do. Think about it. Now, sure, you can find software and apps that help with everything from research, brand sociology, consumer insight, media relations, maybe even issues management a little bit. But that's how we do what we do. And what I'm talking about is why we do what we do. And 32 years ago when I graduated from Iowa State University in the heart of central Iowa, thank you, Iowa. I graduated with this very simple vision that as a journalism student, I had 2 tracks. I could go the professional journalism route and simply report on news that others make, or I could make the news myself. And I found that a lot more appealing. And I'll tell you, it's been a rewarding 32 years since I made that decision. And when you peel back everything that we do as a business, again, the how of what we do, but what we do is the power to move heaven and earth. And not simply because we had the United Methodist Choir with us this afternoon. But the power to move heaven and earth. And if you want an example of what I'm talking about, you just have to look at Minnesota this last year. We had, a year ago this fall, we had a constitutional amendment that was introduced on the ballot that would define marriage in the state of Minnesota. Now, set aside your social, your personal, your political, and even your religious points of view on the issue of same-sex marriage for one moment. But I live and work in the nation's 7th largest creative community. And for Minnesota to hang out a big unwelcome sign for a very diverse and important part of our population was just unthinkable to the business community in Minnesota. And I was fortunate to be asked to spearhead for the communications industry and the creative community in Minnesota to join a coalition called Minnesotans United for All Families. And our challenge was to be a very simple goal, but not an easy goal. Don't confuse simple and easy. The simple goal was be the first of 30 states to defeat a constitutional amendment defining marriage. So that was the precedent we had to set. And when we banded together as a communications industry in the state of Minnesota, the heads of PR firms, ad agencies, digital shops, and we partnered with the CEOs of some of the most envied companies in the world, like the CEOs at General Mills, Cargill, Target, Thomson Reuters, and others who came together and said, this sets Minnesota back as an employer in the state of Minnesota. And this coalition put together a campaign that at the end of the day, when the voters went to vote, despite what the polls had said going into the election and the exit polls showed that day, we handily defeated that amendment to define marriage as between one man and one woman. Thank you. And of course, what it did is it opened up where that issue really belongs, which is at the state legislature. And it left that to the legislature, which in the spring of this year, Minnesota became the second state in the Midwest, behind Iowa, to actually pass a same-sex marriage law, which took effect August 1st. Now, that, my friends, is moving heaven and earth. I'm going to wrap up because I promised the staff I would be gratefully brief. But I want to wrap up with some very heartfelt thanks. First of all, the officers, directors of PRSA, as well as the members of the Honors and Awards Committee, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you for the Gold Anvil Award. This has been given out every year since 1948, and I can assure you I will carry this award and represent it very, very well for you. But this, while it's an individual award, nothing any of us achieve, whether it's professionally, socially, personally, is a solo effort in life, ever. And so, in addition to the board and officers and committee members, I want to thank the staff of PRSA who work tirelessly. These are hardworking people who are very loyal to this society, and I assure you, nothing happens at PRSA without staff, and I thank you for that. Third, I want to thank the PRSA members and the colleagues that I've gotten to know and love over the years, over my 32-year career, who have invested in breakfast, lunches, dinners, drinks, late-night phone calls, weekend work, to help mentor me in my career. And all I can promise you is that I will try to keep giving that back to PRSSA students and others here today. Fourth, I want to thank my, I think, uber-talented staff, my partners and clients at Carmichael Lynch Spong, who over the years have inspired me to, as we always like to say, seemingly defy gravity in the work that we do for our clients. Fifth, I'd like to thank my best friend, my wife of 30 years, and somebody who went halves with me on two great children, Jill Spong. Jill, would you stand? Just be recognized for the great person you are. Jill and I met in this business, by the way, at an agency when we were both young, dumb, and excited 23-year-olds who thought we had the world at our feet. So thank you for taking your feet to be recognized today. And finally, I really want to thank all of you for being such a gracious audience and sharing in this award with me today. I'm going to go out on a very small limb here because I know there are future Gold Anvil Award winners sitting in this room today. And as you continue to move forward and hopefully move heaven and earth on behalf of all of us, I will be there celebrating with you. Thank you very, very much, PRSA. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you.